Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of Mav's Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
Well, hello, my friends. It's Mav coming in live from Connecticut. Boy, it's been a hot one here this week. It's so hot. It's the humidity has gotten to my hair. I think it's higher than it's ever been. I try to control it. I put a straight, but it's not working. But let me tell you something else that's not working. These crazy rogue emails that I get from supposed authentic marketeers, and it gives marketing a bad name. A bad name, my friends. No. Have you gotten this? This is the one I got. Hi, Denise. Just stopping by to let you know I saw your website, and it's so inspiring. And then comes the sort of wrecking ball bomb. Not the Miley Cyrus wrecking ball bomb, but the bomb that's like, but, and you know I don't like the word but in my world. I use yet, but you need some improvement. Now, you know what I do when I need improvement, my friends? I go out and solicit someone, or I educate myself. I might take a course. I might try to find the right resource, like we're testing this new equipment, this wireless equipment that can go out on the road. So I really want to hear your feedback. But when you stop by in my email and you go, but, I could really help you improve and you could do better, no. This almost clamps down my brain, and my ear flaps go, no, because it's not that I can't handle constructive criticism, and it's not even that I can't handle improv off the cuff conversation. But if you are trying to solicit me to buy something from you, you really need to look me up, understand who I am, maybe get to know me. Don't copy and paste this rogue email and hope that I'll respond, because I won't, and I didn't. And there comes the second email. Maybe a day later, maybe 3 days later, maybe a week later. It says, hi, Denise, I know you're busy. How do you know that? I could have been on vacation. But okay, I probably am busy. And I'm circling back. Like what? A falcon? A hawk? What are you circling back? Now I'm thinking of you with fangs or claws. And I didn't put a trail of breadcrumbs out for you to come circling back. I'm circling back to tell you that your website or whatever it really needs help. Now I'm getting aggravated, especially if I'm reading this from vacation. I'm saying, did I invite you in? Like, this is unsolicited feedback now. Like you opened my front door and just ran in and dropped a pile of crap. Sorry, I had to say crap. It's Friday, whatever. So delete, maybe block, and then somehow it comes back around on the third email, and you've all gotten this one. Well, I'm going to close the books on this one. Or I'm going to take you off our email list until you're ready. Ready for what? I'm not dating you. I'm not interested in your style. And you haven't even gotten the opportunity to know that because you started off on the wrong foot. And you've given real marketeers a bad name. And I know there's all these coffee funnels and, the statistics on how many cold calls you have to make and emails you have to make until you hit the right one and and it's a game of numbers. And it definitely is to some degree, but you can play the authentic game of numbers. What does that look like? Well, that looks like you do your homework on the person and say, I looked at your website. I am a studio that helps entrepreneurs refine their approach. I'd love to have a virtual coffee with you to see if you might be interested into learning more about my services, and I could learn more about yours. And, there's a few things that I love about your website, and maybe I could help you expand your business. That sounds a lot more appealing to me. I probably still wouldn't pick up the call because I don't think I need the service. So maybe I'm not the right prospect for you, but at least I don't want to block you. And I think that's really important. I talked last week about vanity metrics and game of numbers. Everyone wants numbers and eyeballs. I get that too. Yet I believe the way to make an authentic business grow is to really know your customers, know what they want from you, know what their pain points are, and then try to be of service, right? Just cold calling me with this wacky kalacky email I'm never going to pay you. Just not going to do it. And I'm not saying that some of these ideas in terms of sales don't work, because I definitely teach and train a lot of sales teams, but I really believe whether you're selling coffee, right? Starbucks reinvented coffee how many years ago, and now we have all these bespoke coffee companies that kind of took their lead, creating an environment, understanding what was important, and creating a coffee and starting to charge premium prices around coffee when Dunkin' was down the road charging much less for a different service, right? So there's sort of like my grandmother would say, there's a cover for every pot. Nothing wrong with Dunkin', nothing wrong with Starbucks. Two different approaches. Know your audience, my friend. Know your audience. And in the world of digital, everything's digital. Everything is online. We receive way more information than we did in the early 1900s, like I said before. So it's hard to cut through the chaos. I get it. So it's like random robo emails. But if you really want to build a maverick business of intention and really have clients that stick around, retention is half the battle, you've got to communicate with them effectively. And you really don't get a second chance to make a first impression. This is an old adage. So while I'm testing out my new microphones, I'm hoping that you're finding a little bit of this content valuable. What can you do if you're growing your business? Well, you got to ask your customers, what's important to you? What would you like to see more of? What's working? What's not working? This is where my expertise is. Can I share some ideas? Permission-based marketing started years ago by the king of it, Seth Godin, and he said, understand your audience and have permission to even contact them. Now, we've got the GDPR email compliance issues working in Europe, and they're fast coming over here as well. So many corporations, you have to have permission to have someone's email, which is really important, right? Just in the same way, you have to have permission to mail something to someone's home, snail mail, email. What I like about snail mail and email is it's so permission-based. Once someone gives you their email that you actually, or snail mail, that you get to talk to them, don't waste that opportunity. And if somehow my name got on your list and you think you're going to spam me and you're going to get through, the answer's going to be no, my friends. It's going to be a hard and fast no. And I don't want you to keep doing that, because then those of us that are out in the world of strategy and marketing and trying to have other people and their businesses be seen, heard, and matter are minimized by people that sort of do it, I don't know, the schmatzy, I'm going to say schmatzy way. I don't even know if that's a real word. I might have made it up on a Friday. It's so hot, and we didn't have air conditioning in my office today. It broke. Now, thank heavens it's on, but I think this is the reason that my hair has also gone wild. So what am I saying live from Fairfield today is, in any communication, thoughtful communication matters. It's like wasted when it's not thoughtful and it's not specific. It's wasted words. We know words can illuminate and raise us up. We know nasty words can pull us down and crumble us. But specific words, thoughtful words, words with intention matter. Don't waste it on and if you're working in an opportunity where you have to email new clients to make connection, think about really personalizing it. And don't ever come up with the crazy thing, well, I guess you're not interested, I'm taking you off. Because you know what? That is a door closer. Okay, it's Friday. I don't know what you're doing for the weekend. If you could DM me and let me know if this new wireless mic is good audio. I think it is. We've got a couple of new segments coming out with it. We're still going to be doing other things when we're on Zoom, but we're testing. That's how we grow. We test the market. And we ask people what works for them. That's what I think these crazy emailers should do before they Put me on some, like, I never joined your email list anyways list. Okay, peace out, my friends. Mav has got to call it quits for today. Hey, that's a wrap for today, my friends. Thanks for listening, subscribing, and staying connected with me. Head on over to DeniseDiGrigoli.com and learn a little bit more about my creative and strategic consulting services. While you're there, drop your name on the contact page. Sign up for my bi-weekly brew. It's fresh ideas delivered to your inbox a couple times a month for clarity, creativity, and better communication. It's based on my 3 decades as an entrepreneur, helping other people and businesses move forward. It's great business intel and life hacks that you can use for work, life, and self-care. And come on, who doesn't need that nowadays? Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, my friends. Mav has got to get back to work.